the main thing that we're about in Belfast, of course, is pushing Northern Ireland out into the world, you know. So my job is really to make sure that Northern Ireland has its place at the table in all the projects that we do around the world. And with my colleague Colette Norwood, who's here as well this evening, she's our arts manager, so that's what we do. So we're really delighted at the idea of bringing the collection, or a bit of the collection here. As you know, the collection doesn't have a space, it's a moving gallery. And I just thought this was a fantastic idea to have the best of contemporary art from Ireland and mixed through with the collection. So what's not to like? What we do is called cultural relations. It's basically about building trust and engagement between the United Kingdom, which we represent, and the rest of the world. And the logic of that is that sort of if you build that trust and engagement, people are more likely to trade with you, to partner with you, and less likely to wish you harm. So that's the logic of it, if you like.
Humbly Through the Dust, I have a bit of a thing about titles for shows, and I kind of take a bit of an I Ching kind of view of things. And because I live on the island of Enniskillen, which is on the Crum estate, there's only 3 houses on Enniskillen, and I'm lucky enough to live in one of them. And Shan Bullock, the writer, Fermanagh writer, I guess, used to live on one of the houses on Enniskillen too, so I've always been drawn to his writing because it's part fiction, part non-fiction, which is an interest of mine since my PhD, mixing the two, let's say. So I did a bit of an I Ching on his book Ring of Rushes, and I sort of held the book for a while, and I opened the page, and then I kind of scan read it, and the words Humbly Through the Dust sort of sprung out at me. And because the nature of the show was my love story, kind of my love story of Fermanagh and Crum in particular, I guess works that demonstrate the positive and the negative of living alone in quite a rural, isolated place that has wonderful benefits, but it also can be, you know, I think I use the phrase, the difference between being lonely and alone at times, so things like that. But I also then was influenced by artists that I know and that I love from the region, really, from Northern Ireland, also from Ireland, and I approach a lot of the artists. Well, the girl just walked past us there, that's Harriet Macmillan, and she did the egg, photograph Egg, which is the little girl, which is her daughter, holding out the egg. And I guess it's very confrontational in a very soft way, that photograph, and I guess you think of the old chicken or egg scenario. Henry Moore, Sheep in a Stormy Landscape. I love Henry Moore's images, but also I like this very familiar image of the sheep. I'm surrounded by them all the time, and obviously a stormy landscape can have various connotations, you know. There's so many to choose from. Marcus Haydock's photograph of a man lying on the ground, and we don't know if he's lying resting or if he's lying from exhaustion or has just given up. So there's some of the things that maybe seem a little sort of darker underneath that I was sort of drawn to too. But there's so many artists. Diane Henshaw at the Arts Office, I have to say, she sort of, I don't know, pushed for this to be in here, which is, I love this space too. I think it's really special.